Thursday, December 14th, 10 in the a.m. Pacific time zone. And we're back on the air. Friday. Not Sunday. Friday. As you can see on the screen. New song, 7-song EP. 7-song EP from Broken Pieces and What Remains. That's the title of the MOONAGERS first release. Who are the MOONAGERS? Brian Tiller, Sean Old Hans Arnold, and me. I don't do much. I just got two geniuses together and wrote some lyrics for them to build some songs around, or they wrote some songs for me to squish some lyrics into. Hey, it is 20 minutes of coffee. I am here, sitting here, back in the saddle, back in the high life again. How are you all doing? Kingsport Cal's checking in already. Says, guess what, Ken? What, Cal? I got a Subway Veggie Delight 6-inch with all the trimmings that was DoorDash delivered to me, and the fridge wrapped up, ready to go after this. Also made some coffee. Black. Kingsport Cal, you're living the high life. You're living the high life, Kingsport Cal. Nothing like a leftover Subway sandwich, because if you put it in the fridge and you wrap it tight enough, it kind of squishes down even more when they do in the store. And that's the thing about Subway sandwiches. I love them. Everyone knows this. I love them. But they can get a little messy. And if they're not wrapped correctly by the sandwich artist, and I'm never going to criticize sandwich artists, they're doing the Lord's work. But if they don't wrap them properly, you open up that sandwich and that thing's going to roll. That thing's going to drop. That thing's going to drip. It can be a problem. So if you're able to, unlike me, because I'll get a 12-inch and I'll down both sides of that sandwich in 20 minutes. But if you save it and you put it in the fridge a little bit, wrap it up, it's going to be great. Easy to eat. Almost as if you're eating an upper crust sandwich from merry old England. David McKay is here. Detective McCarcel, Michael McCarcel. Good morning, gang. Says Michael, getting my workout done. How's everyone doing? We're good. And Michael, I know you've got some good school stuff going on, right? I saw that post. I think maybe even on the Force Center side. I can't remember. There you go. Brian Tiller, part of course, this band that we talked about up top. For those who are just joining, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Broken Pieces and What Remains. Available on Bandcamp, Spotify. We're going to put some up on YouTube. Amazon Music, Apple Music. What is your favorite corporate conglomerate music streaming site? We're going to be there tomorrow. Actually, tonight at midnight. You can support us directly at Bandcamp. You can pre-order now. Excited about that. Excited about getting up and facing the day. And again, is it a great day? No. But we got to push through. We've got to push through. I also want to highlight in my thumbnail. I always have the bathrobe on. Today is legit. I always wear the bathrobe. I'm truly waking up with this show. You might be watching me 10 o'clock in the PM over in England or Paris or something like that, but I'm waking up here in the West Coast. Michael McCarcel says, yes, semester over, got all my grades, passed everything, and managed to be in calculus. Hot damn. Michael McCarcel, hot damn. I went all the way to Algebra 2 trigonometry in high school, and I was good at math. I wanted to be a baseball statistician for a while. Probably would actually have a career if I did that. But somewhere around, trying to trace this, somewhere around 10th and 11th grade, I got stupid. Like literally, I think I just turned stupid. I was like an honors kid. I was smart. I was on the 4-year college track in high school. And about 10th or 11th grade, all the math left me. The desire to write left me. I just got stupid. And I was like, you know what I like to be? I like to be in pro wrestling. And then I ended up doing that, but I didn't commit to that enough to actually get a career in it. I just dabbled. I just dabble a lot in life. And if I'd stayed with it and done what Michael McCarcel did, got a B in calculus, maybe I could be a baseball statistician. Real McCoy's here. Says, nice. Congrats, Ken. Yeah, the album. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this thing here. It's 1 p.m. here, East Side. Kingsport Cal says I liked English and history on the East Side. I want to go to the web here. Let's go to the web, but it's not good out there. I do want to talk about that release, though. The music. We'll talk about that. I always you hear all these. You look at these big stories; they're all horrible. Like we were talking last week. Sometimes the news is just too much. And got Trump attacking DeSantis and Haley. That's that. And then you look at you find the little stories that pop out. Manhattan rents post first annual drop in 2 years. We're all moving to Manhattan. How much did it drop? First of all, that's not a Manhattan house right there. I've been to Manhattan a lot. I don't see that in Manhattan. That's not what I see. In the New York City borough, home to skyscrapers in Times Square, the median rent in November fell to $4,000, down 4.6% from October, and down 2.3% from a year ago, according to a monthly report released Thursday for the brokerage firm. I am reading from CNN. I always point out, CNN's not necessarily like my number one news choice in the world. It's just, it's a good starting point. I like looking at like BBC News. I like looking at world news, get the perspective on America from the outside as best you can. But I was, if I say something you disagree with and I'm on CNN, the first thing I go to is, oh, well, you're on CNN. It's 3 letters for me to type, and then it auto-populates. All right? Lay off me. I'm excited about this rent dropping. I can't wait for rent to drop in L.A. It's insane. It's insane everywhere. That's the point we're getting at right now. Catching up with chat here. We've got Michael McCarcel answering my math problems. I get that all too well. I was always told I was so smart I got lazy in the second half of high school on my first attempt at college. That's why I'm back in at 30. See, yeah, there you go. But you owned it, Michael. You're doing the good work out there. Matty Gunner checking in. On my way to the city of lost wages. Oh, that's right. Matty Gunner's heading out to Viva Las Vegas. Yeah, Michael, I agree with you. Oh, only $4,000 a month. Well, sign me up. I was having a conversation with my landlord yesterday about this. She's been so nice. I not raised our rent in a long time, but I think she's edging towards it because she's looking around in the area, and it's just insane. But so as a landlord, you can think, well, that's more money I could get. But also, like, there's a place that's still for rent on the corner of the street I live on. Furbished house. They rebuilt a house basically. I think they completely tore the house down and put a new one up. One of those McMansions, and it doesn't fit into our neighborhood. But it's nice looking house. I'd live there. But they have a place for rent, like a studio, 1 bedroom above their garage that they listed for the same price as our house. And I think I probably mentioned this before, but that's actually why I'm bringing it up again, because it's still. I walked past it last night. It's still empty. They can't get anyone to rent there. So all these high rent prices, eventually something's got to burst. We think. I'm not an economic expert on rents and everything. We got this one here in our chat. King Sportcast says Trump has a new round of NFT trading cards coming out. WTF. Yeah, that's the grifter life, right? Like, it's not like he's an artist. Like someone, like myself. I'm not an artist, but, I got wares to sell tomorrow, tonight at midnight. 7-song EP for the Moonagers. Broken Dreams and What Remains. Almost every song of this album is about my depression, about dreams going away. All right, it's an uplifting album. It's great. I'm so proud of it. But Trump's not like that. He's not selling wares because he's an artist trying to put something out into the world. He's a grifter. And he needs it, and he's failing. It's this Supreme Court decision, Jack Smith making the play. Saw this story yesterday on TikTok. Shout out to my friend Ken Plume, who sent me a great little video on a guy. I can't remember his name. He does political ramblings, and he's insightful about it. This is a play from Jack Smith, basically daring the Supreme Court to side with Trump on the immunity as president ruling, because then it would give Biden immunity for anything that's about to happen with that toothless, pointless impeachment inquiry that the House just voted on. So it's all crumbling for Trump, as it has been for a while. So he needs to grift. It's like he's like selling rosaries. He's selling rosaries. Come on now. You got to buy the rosaries. And God will love you. Buy my NFTs. Trump will love you. King Sport Cow, catch him chat. Relocate if you can't afford to live in your current situation. Plenty of cheap areas in the country. Sometimes change is good. Yeah, but what if you don't want to? What if your home is here? What if your career is here? I could buy a house in greater Southern California area. I could go up to a place called Palmdale, go to a place called Lancaster. Then I'd be in Palmdale and Lancaster, and that's not the life I want. But change is good, King Sport Cal. I'd spend a week in Johnson City, Tennessee, and then you and I could hang out together. You know? Here's that. So this, Michael Carsell, Fortunately Couch. This relocation process is too expensive for many. Not to mention there might be anything in those cheaper places for any. Yeah, the price is ever going up, but that's the cost to move. But here, Kingsport Cal puts that comment out there so that he wants me to move to Kingsport, Tennessee. That's fair. Matty Gunner says that album title is sick. On our page right now, right here. There you go. I can do this here. All right. Exclusive. I'm not going to play the whole song. But this is I like this one here. So I if you listen to me and you followed me, I've suffered. We don't want your kind here, Kingsport Cal. Yes, you do, Kingsport Cal. Yes, you do. I'll meet you at that Hooters in Johnson City, Tennessee. All right. If you follow me for a while, I try a lot of things. I put a lot of things into the world. I get bored creatively, so I want to try new things, and sometimes that might hurt me professionally. I do dabble too much versus concentrate on one or two things. But I concentrated on this the last year. Once we really got going, shout out to Brian Tiller for the patience to let me catch up with him on creating our first single, Tell Me, which is out now. Thanks for those who have listened to Tell Me. We're growing on Spotify, and we can make the Spotify jokes. I think we're up to $3 earned from Spotify right now, and we'll get that. The Spotify reports earnings like 2 to 3 months after the quarter ends, and it's a racket. But it's all we got. You cannot discover new bands on the radio, record companies, and the record company behind this one is me, my company, Morning Drive Media. You can't get new artists discovered like you could. We have destroyed another business with new technology, but that's what we have. We don't even have physical media on this. But we'd love to do some exclusive LPs, and maybe we will. But the cost to do that, unless someone like Matty Gunner knows an easy way to mass produce LPs, you can't do it. But yeah, I'm so proud of this. And I'm so excited for y'all to listen to this here, to hear it. I can play. Let's do this. Yeah, here we go. Here's a preview. I'm just going to play the opening music of this. $10, Cal. Power pop. Here it goes. And then after that, YouTube's going to demonetize me in my own video. That's called the special one. And that's actually one of the happier songs. That's a happy song. It turns happy. It starts sad, but it turns happy. And it's got some of Brian Tiller's best vocals on it. I'm so excited. I'm so damn excited. Here's how I know I'm excited. I don't listen to anything I do. I don't I don't have, like, I don't go listen to my stand-up bits. I don't listen to my stand-up album. I don't go watch, YouTube videos I put out there. I don't go back and watch old Collider videos or Schmoes Know videos. Anything I do, I leave behind me. Out of a mixture of shame and boredom. I have, for the last 2 months, been listening to this album, this EP, 7 songs, track 1 through track 7, on repeat while I go for my walks, my exercise walks. I'm so happy with it. And thank you, Matty Gunnar. You had me at the the pick slide. So there you go. There you go. That's tomorrow, tonight at midnight. I'm trying to pull something out of it. I'm trying to give you the poignant part of it, but it's just, I don't know. There's a little bit of like, I'm trying not to give up. Try not to give up on a lot of things creatively. Try not to give up on things in my career and my life. And this is a chapter I just never thought I'd get to. And it's not gonna, we're not gonna win a Grammy. This is not the goal. We're in different states. I have no musical skills. We're not, I want to one day see those boys play these songs live with a full band, but I'm going to have a tambourine and I can't sing. But we put together something special and I can't wait for it. So there you go. All right. As we start to sign out here at 20 Minutes of Coffee, we'll be back next week on Tuesday. I leave, I go to Seattle next week. So as terms of also for promos, if you're up in the Pacific Northwest, get out to Capitol Hill Comedy /bar. That is a newer venue. It opened up, I think, earlier this year. And Mark Ellis and I will be doing comedy along with the wonderful Lisa Wallen, who is LA-based now, but is a local to Pacific Northwest. And we're going to have a great show. So it's a homecoming show for her. And Mark and I love going up there. We go up there every year. And this is a new venue. So if you're up there, do it. Matty Gutter says, you do have musical skills. Lyrics at the forefront of every song. Well, thank you. That's sweet. That's sweet. I appreciate that. I love the lyrics. There's some themes that pop up. I don't want to over-explain it and undersell. There's some themes that pop up that are repeated themes that maybe I would, change going forward. I accidentally used some rhyming conventions that in same songs that I kind of forgot that I had used in another one. I kind of hate that. That sticks in my craw. But other than that, I'm 95% really proud of these lyrics. It sounds horrible. All right, we're almost out of here. I was going to go deep into something. Today's the anniversary. I'll just say it. Today's the anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting 11 years ago. And I was looking at some of those stories. And it was also a Facebook memory popped up of mine where I didn't back then comment on anything politically or anything social issues or anything like that. I was not stick my head in the sand, but just like, oh, this sucks, and we don't need to talk about it. But I did post something 11 years ago, and I don't agree with a lot of what I posted in it anymore. But it was the idea that I do still hold to is kindness, and treating people kindly and treating people with empathy and compassion. Now, though, I reflect that in my voting more than I did back then. In fact, 100% more than I did back then. But that remains. But this was the day that things started to change for me. My outlook on the world started to drastically change. It had slowly, glacier-paced change was happening in me for the moment I moved to LA in a bigger city and connected with other people. But this day, 11 years ago, something didn't seem right with those that I had associated with in this incident. It just, the conversation around it started to change me. So I don't want to go too deep into it. Elon put Alex Jones back on Twitter, but I'm still on X. I'm still on Twitter. I ain't going away until it collapses. I'm not. I don't consider me being on there does not mean I can condone any of it. And I'm glad advertisers pulling out. I hope it collapses to the ground. But it's still a way to follow the world, and I want to be plugged into the world to see what's going on. Before we get out of here, I thought I'd play a little bit of Immaculate Grid while I take any questions the live audience has. If you want to be in the live audience of this morning rambling coffee show, this is how it's designed. Weird close-up angles because I'm at my other studio. Dark lighting but not like the blathering lighting. I'm not done with this coffee lighting. It's all here. So if you have any questions for those of the audience you want to talk, chat, I'm going to try to answer this Immaculate Grid. You've got this new category, played shortstop, minimum 1 game, played catcher, minimum 1 game. All easy till you get this one, played catcher and played shortstop. And I'm trying to think, because there's like if you play Immaculate Grid, you're a baseball fan, you play Immaculate Grid, and you ever get this played shortstop, and Atlanta's one of the teams, you can put Chipper Jones. He played 1 year 5 games or 20 games at shortstop, and the next year qualified at shortstop in fantasy baseball, causing my league that I was in, because we owned Chipper Jones at the time, me and my friend Corey, that we owned a fantasy baseball team together. The next year, we held Chipper Jones and put him at shortstop, and everyone got pissed. So they created a new rule that they have to have at least played like 5 games or something. So Chipper Jones maybe had played 3 games at shortstop. So that's a little cheat for you there. Real McCoy says, kindness, it costs nothing. I agree with that. I love when I have a robot. I'm closing it up. You can't see the full shot, but I'm closing it up like a housewife going out to, wave at the neighbors. Matty Gunner's got a question here. As I answer Bob Boone for this question, Kansas City Royal and Anaheim Angel. 2%, that's not bad. Aliens come to Earth. You have 3 albums to show them. What music is? What do you pick? Albums. Paul Simon's Graceland. Albums. Albums. Paul Simon's Graceland. Maybe I go Lady Gaga, The Fame. And what songs could be? I've been just absolutely listening to the song over and over. You're gonna think it's a joke, but my favorite, Mutiny, was used as the theme song for Winning Time. I think that's the greatest song ever recorded. About what music can do in terms of a groove that catches you, what the words can do in terms of telling a story and being politically important and socially important, and just being fascinating and inspiring you to look deeper into more things. That's my answer. But also, I'll change that tomorrow. Cubs and Angels, if you're looking for that answer, it's a good one. Bill Buckner started with the Dodgers and Cubs, ended with the Angels. 2%. Kingsport House going nothing but 9 Inch Nails. You guys can answer as well. Detroit Tigers. See, you're looking for the guys that cheated here, that got that one game. Royals Tigers is a tough pull. Cubs Tigers is a tough pull. Played 1 game shortstop. I'll say Ivan De Jesus. You got to get the right one. 2%. Guys, it's a 2% day. Some of these I'm not going to be able to pull. Played shortstop for 1 game. I wonder if George Brett ever played shortstop. Just early days, slung on over to shortstop for an inning or 2. It's possible. But you know what I'm going to do? I can't go with a sneaky pick. I'm just going to go Buddy Biancalana. 3%. Too many people knew about him. Real McCoy would choose any Led Zeppelin. Aliens, come on down, and you're going to hand him Led Zeppelin. It's not a bad one. Not a bad choice. Played minimum catcher 1 game. Did Mark Salas play? Help me. Does anyone remember if Mark Salas played for the Tigers? He might not have. He played for a lot of teams during the mid-'80s. Tigers, Cubs. A Tiger-Cub player. Royal. A Royal and Tiger player. Not Pat Sheridan, right? Maybe Pat Sheridan? David McKay says, no idea. All right, tell you what, who did play. Minimum 1 game catcher for the Angels. We're going to go Darryl Miller. Darryl Miller, the older brother of Reggie and Cheryl Miller, of athletic family. But Darryl Miller, backup catcher, 0.2%. Oh, that's a good one today. Played minimum 1 game at catcher for the Tigers. I'll just go Mike Heath. I can't remember if Mark Salas did or not. 0.8%. Kansas City. Pat Sheridan. Sometimes, all right, we're going to do this live on air as I start to round up the show. Great questions, by the way. Have I winterized your home? There's a heart button. It's always so annoying. There's the emoji button for the chat is always right in front of what I need my car. Okay, have you winterized your car? Does it even matter being in Cali? No. What's the winterizing of the car? I've never heard of that. Heart button. Yeah. What do you do? What do you stick a sweater on your engine? I don't understand that. No. You got to unwinterize it when you come to Cali. All right, I'm going to try Pat Sheridan. I just have this sneaking suspicion that Sheridan did play for both teams, but he might have just played the Tigers. Let's find out. He did! 2%. King Sport Cow says, I hate that heart button. Bum, 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 bum. Brian Teller's going, Revolver, Saturday Night Fever, It Takes a Nation of Millions. He got that answer. Maddie, did we get your answer? We need Maddie Gunner's answer. I know Maddie Gunner's 3 albums. I'm going to predict them. It's like a screaming hardcore metal band that's going to be called Ravager's Blood that we never heard of or something like that. It's going to be like Metallica and then Adele. Those are the 3 albums that Maddie Gunner's going to pick. He's going to be like Adele 25. The Metallica Black Album, Adele 25, and Ravager's Blood. The greatest hardcore metal screaming punk band from Brighton that no one's heard about. And then we're all going to want to hear about it. All right, 2 picks left here. We got the hard one in the corner. Shortstop and catcher. That's a choice. All right. Cubs. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. You've never heard of Ravager's Blood? By the way, we just created a new band for Maddie. It's a side project. He's going to launch Ravager's Blood. He's going to make millions off of it, and I don't want a piece of it right here, right now. Cubs and Tigers. Who played for the Cubs? Who played for the Tigers? Come on, everybody. You got to have these answers. You got to have these answers ready to go. Who played for the Cubs and who played for the Tigers? Lee Smith played for a lot of teams. I don't think he ever got to the Tigers. Maddie Gunner goes Nevermind, which is the name of an album. Ziggy Stardust, these are great choices. And Purple Rain. Purple Rain. All right, we got the answer on what to do with your winterized car here. You got to check all your fluids, giggity, mainly the antifreeze. Make sure your oil is changed. Carry de-icer in your car and a small scraper for the windows, a tarp and blanket just in case you get stuck. That's a lot. See, and Cal, you want me to move to Kingsport, Tennessee to hang out with you at the Hooters in Johnson City, Tennessee? This is what you want me to do? And I got to carry a tarp in my car like I'm a serial killer? Just in the off chance that I hit one of those pockets underneath a tree where I get stuck in and die? This is what you want me to do? Ryan Tiller almost picked Purple Rain. This is a lot of work just to drive in the winter. You got to check all your fluids. Got it. Mainly antifreeze. That makes sense. That's like the only time antifreeze comes in. Case for Cal, you not only did you comment earlier in the show that I should move, you sent me a handwritten letter with just written in crayon at the bottom, please. But instead of an S, it was a Z. You know it, Kingsport Cal. All right, 20 minutes of coffee is becoming 30 minutes of rambling. I can't get these picks, man. I can't get these. Cubs and Tigers. I'm drawing a complete blank on a Cub and a Tiger and a catcher and a shortstop. Again, Craig Biggio is a good bet because he started as a catcher, went to second base, went to center field, back to center field, back to catcher. He played all over. But it just seems like it's an error. Now, Gary Carter, my guy Gary Carter, third base, Mark Malone. Thank you for everyone who made the ASMR channel, Sports Card ASMR, hit 500 subscribers. It means I can get super thanks over there and start to monetize even more over there. It's been it's a slowly growing channel. Also, you got to check your headlights, make sure you have visibility. Well, that makes sense. Maybe these are some of the things we should do out here. Oh, it's probably some old player, some old catcher like Smokey Burgess, who probably got a day in at catcher. Your penmanship is immaculate. 20 minutes of coffee is basically just turned to me barbing with Kingsport Cal. Don't worry. We'll get to some actual real content. All right, I gotta go. I can't think of these answers. I'll update you on the next one. We'll be back Tuesday as I start to get ready to head out with Mark Ellis to go to Seattle and do some comedy with our buddy Lisa Wallen. It's gonna be a fun show. Hopefully some of you are out there. And yes, do not forget, I'm selling my wares, and I am really proud of this one. Broken Pieces of What Remains by the Moonagers, 7-song EP, available tonight at midnight. You can go to moonagers.bandcamp.com, themoonagers.bandcamp.com, and you can pre-order it and hear it. You can hear it first, all right? You guys are the best. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for being channel members. Kingsport Cal, you're the best, and I love you, man. Bye.